All right, Quellic. Let's get back to the command deck.
I'm shot.
Quellic? That's not too bad. We'll get you to the medical quarters and you'll be fine.
It has been my greatest honor to serve with you. I have been blessed, sir. I...
Don't speak, Quellic.
You'll forgive my impertinence, sir. But even though we had never before met, I always considered you as a father to me.
Quellic. By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
So, here we are, getting ready to face what I consider the real boss of the island. I get it, the Overseer is some grand space geometry shape of sentience, but I never see it as a real threat. The dragon though? Yeah, this one actually makes me nervous. Anything that may go wrong during this fight is a death sentence. What you are about to see in this video is my strategy for taking it down as quick as humanly possible. I'm doing a bit of showing off in this, as this is the minimum amount you should ever bring in for this fight. In reality, you should bring in at least 15 tanky Rexes or some other creature pumped up in nothing but health with ascended saddles, and 5 Deinonychus. The key to this fight is the Deinonychus. In fact, you're about to witness why these dinos should be with you in every boss fight. While not the most hardest hitting creature in the game, the Deinonychus inflicts a stacking bleed on enemies that does percent-based damage, rather than flat amount damage. While most lower health and standard creatures are usually fine against a Deinonychus, they really come into effect against bosses, being the only creature in the game that can inflict bleed on a boss. This is the key to defeating the dragon, as trying to do it the old-fashioned way of just praying your Rexes were more than enough was a heavy gamble to do. These Rexes you see are my sacrificial lambs. Each Rex has been pumped up in nothing but health and given an ascended saddle, though even all this won't be enough. The Rexes are meant to die. In fact, you could replace the Rex with any other creature you prefer, so long as that creature is bigger than the Deinonychus. Your sacrifices should be put on passive, and told to ignore all whistle commands. They will stay at the start point. The reason for this is because the dragon has an interesting quirk about it. It targets the largest creature on the map first. In fact, I think all the boss creatures of the island do this. This trick though is something that you need when dealing with the dragon. It helps to know it will draw its aggro and that you don't have to worry about being targeted. This is a quick list of what I suggest you take. Do I think you should do this fight solo? No I don't. Sure, you're going to see me do it, and I'm not saying that you can't either. But in my experience, I've had better runs knowing that other people were with me. It took a while to get to the point where I could do this fight by myself, but that doesn't mean that I don't go into it without worrying. Again, the dragon is one of the few bosses in this game that I truly do respect and know that it can wipe me out in an instant if I'm not on my A game. I will say, you're about to witness why the Deinonychus is arguably my favorite creature in the game. It's only tied by the Shadow Mane at this point, but before it was put in, the Deinonychus was always with me. Welcome to hell. As long as the Rexes are alive, then there's nothing from the dragon that you have to worry about. That said, there are Dimorphodons and Pteranodons that also spawn here to help the dragon. I really didn't think the dragon needed help, but he gets it regardless. The real threat is the Dimorphodons for you. They can easily kill players even on the back of their mounts. These little creatures are hard to hit and shred armor in no time. I have hit runs where they will kill me before the dragon even shows up once. Use the speed of the Deinonychus to do hit and run tactics so you're not getting pecked away so frequently by the little bastards. As you can see, the dragon will stay in the air and shoot fireballs at you and your tames. Right now, it's targeting the Rexes at the start point, which is why I moved myself and the other Deinonychus off to the left. Periodically, the dragon will fly into the air to shoot fireballs. Always try to keep your eye on him when he's airborne, because it's not a guarantee that he will always focus one specific target. Any fire attack that he does also leaves a burn debuff on you, trickling health away after the attack has complete, making any fire attack he does even more bothersome to deal with. This is why I suggest that you bring Wyvern Milk if you have access to it. It negates any burn type debuffs in the game. Very useful for this fight if I do say so myself. Take note that I am losing health. It's the Dimorphodon's attacks. While I am trying to attack the dragon, since I want this fight over with as fast as possible, dealing with both at the same time is a tall order. Try to get rid of them before dealing with the dragon whenever possible. The saving grace here is that the dragon only cares about trying to get to the Rexes. You need to put as much damage and pressure on the dragon while they are still alive. Trust me, the dragon will kill anything in almost no time at all. I don't even think a Giga would last long enough to finish the dragon either. It can do that much damage that quickly. About the only things I think could last long enough would be a Titan or the legendary Dodo Rex. All you want to do is attack its feet with the Deinonychus. Any creature can only have a maximum of 5 stacks of the bleed it does, however any attack after that refreshes the bleed, allowing it to stay on longer. Though really you just need one Deinonychus, having multiple means the max bleed stacks are reached faster, with all of them refreshing the bleed on a constant basis. Also, never use its pounce attack. You never want to be latched onto the dragon. Sure, the AI will do this, but that's because it's retarded. Whenever you lose all your stamina, if the dragon is flying while you are latched on, you could fall into a lava river. Yeah, around this arena, there are rivers of lava that will instantly kill you and your tames. Staying near the start point is technically the safest point. Don't try to chase the dragon around the arena if you don't have to. A trick that I try to do each time in this fight, and any other time I do this, is to try to get the dragon stuck on the Deinonychus. Believe it or not, the dragon can get stuck on the Deinonychus if you move into its back foot as it's moving forward. If you time it just right, it will be stuck on you while it's trying to get to your bigger creature, allowing you a moment where you can put damage onto it with no repercussions to you and your tames. It will eventually fly away though, but doing any damage to it is always a good thing. Well, at this point, the dragon is now taking on the Deinonychus. The Rexes have all died, so here's where the real fight begins. The dragon can only really hit you with its melee attacks whenever you are underneath it, and even then, you run a chance of him missing those as well. The safest spot is under him, as he can't hit you with his fire attacks. The dragon will still attempt to use his fire attacks, which is what I want so I can put on more bleeds without worry. You are now the center of attention without your big boys for the dragon to target. Never lose track of it. One of the worst things at this point is to try and deal with the dragon while the Dimorphodons start hounding you. It's not tough, but it will require you to track multiple things so you don't instantly die. I will admit that when I was recording this was when I was beginning to sweat bullets. I know that from here on out, the other Deinonychus probably won't last too long, leaving me alone to deal with the dragon. Whenever it gets to this point, I know that I run the risk of outright losing. This fight really is a test of skill mixed in with some crazy ass luck. You can do this fight with only one Deinonychus from the start, but trust and believe, it will be a test of your sanity if you can pull it off. Well, here we go. You wanted just me, asshole? Well, let's do this. Only one of us is leaving this place alive. I absolutely hate just how much damage you can do. God only knows just how much destruction I would bring if I was able to have the dragon as a tame. Oh my god, will you stop biting me for 2 seconds, you medieval dickhead? Just bleed out already. If you think I'm going down without knowing that I put everything into this fight, you're sadly mistaken, dragon. I will have your head mounted on my wall and you will know who your superior truly is around here. Oh sweet lord, no. Please don't tell me this thing lied down and I died. Oh my god, I about had a heart attack seeing that. I don't know what the hell happened there, but in the end, the son of a bitch died and I stand victorious. I don't know whether or not you could call this skill or luck, or just a combination of both. I do know that I have earned a beer after doing that fight. Dragon, you have my utmost respect as a boss not only in this game, but in all games that I have played in my life. Very few ever stand out like this to me, and while I may not fight you but on rare occasions, I still admire the thrill and experience I get from taking you on. GG Dragon, we'll meet again. You can bet on that. Always a somber moment when I have to collect the saddles from those that gave their lives for my win against the dragon. I hope all of you are living it up in Valhalla. You earned it, boys, and thank you for your service to me. Just you and me, huh boy? The only survivors of that damn fight. Well, I'd say you earned a name and will no longer just be a face in the Deinonychus crowd. Thank you for the victory, Hayabusa. You can bet you're going to be the patriarch of a hell of a Deinonychus line that will live up to your legacy. We have many fights ahead of us, but I'm no longer worried. Something tells me you're going to have some fun dealing with what lies ahead. Good luck to anyone else looking to take on the dragon, you'll need it. Now if you'll excuse me, I need a drink. Until next time, see you around.